Okay, good day. So this will be my second video about graphing circular functions. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to graph a sine function, which is f of x equals sine x. And also you're going to learn the domain and range of a sine function, the period, and the intercepts of a sine function. First thing to do for you to graph a circular function is to have tabular values or table of values of x and y, where x is the angle in radian and y is the range or in real number. Okay. So maglagay tayo ng mga values ni x in radian. So starting dun sa 0, pi over 6 is 30, pi over 4 is 45, pi over 3 is 60, pi over 2 is 90, pi, and then what else? 3 pi over 2 is 270, and pi. Okay. Ngayon, kuha tayo ng values of x na ilalagay natin from negative 2 pi to less than or equal to x, less than or equal to 2 pi. So, yung kinuha ko muna yung other half, less than or equal to 2 pi. Now, if x is 0, sine 0 is 0. Sine pi over 6 or sine 30 is square root of 3 over 2. Sorry, 1 half. Wala sa memory ko. Sine 45 degrees to 45 degrees to. Square root of 2 over 2. Kung hindi nyo memorya to, meron man tayong table of values nito mga special angles. Sine 60, 60 to. So that is square root of 3 over 2. Sine 90 is 1. Okay. Sine pi is 0. Sine 3 pi over 2 is negative 1. Sine pi, this is 2 pi. Sine 2 pi is 0. So, naulit siya. 0. Sine pi. Check lang ha. Sine 0, sine pi. Okay. So, isang cycle yon, isang period. Naulit ulit. Okay. Not this one, kasi that is 180 degrees lamang. Okay. Now, paano natin siya i-graph? So, gawa tayo ng xy plane. Yung x-axis natin ang angle and radian. So, we have 0 pi. Ito na lang lagay natin. 0 pi over 2 pi and 2 pi. So, 0 pi over 2 pi, 3 pi over 2, also 3 pi over 2. And 2 pi. Dito, ganun din. Negative pi over 2, negative pi, negative 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi. Yun yung values na. Negative 2 pi less than or equal to x, less than or equal to 2 pi. So, ito yung pi over 2. This is pi. 3 pi over 2. 2 pi. Negative pi over 2. Negative pi. Negative 3 pi over 2. Negative 2 pi. Okay. Scale natin dito ay real number. Let's say this is 1. This is also 1. Negative 1. Okay. Plot natin yung points. 0, 0. Ito, pi over 2, 6. Pi over 2, 1. Pi, 0. 3 pi over 2, negative 1. Here. Then 2 pi, 0. So, ito siya. Next, yung other half, dito sa kabila, we have negative pi over 2. If x is negative pi over 2, that is negative 90. So that is equal to negative 1. You can check it using your scientific calculator. Again, if your calculator is in degree mode, gamitin natin 90 degrees. So sine, press sine, then negative 90, close parenthesis, and then press equal. That is negative 1. Okay. And then what else? Negative pi. Negative 3 pi over 2. Negative 2 pi. So isahin natin. Pi is 180. So sine negative 180. 0. Okay. 0. Sine negative 3 pi over 2. So that is 270. Sine negative 270 degrees. 1. Okay. Sine negative 2 pi or sine 360 degrees. Negative 360. That is 0. Okay. So isang cycle na naman. So we have negative 1 here. Negative pi over 2. Negative 1. Negative pi 0. Negative 3 pi over 2 is negative 1. Negative 2 pi 0. Yan. Okay? So, pag ito siya. Okay. So, yung graph ng ating sine function, f of x equals sine x. The values of x is from negative 2 pi to positive 2 pi. Now, ano yung makikita natin dito? 1. Yung domain niya. Actually, the domain, papansin nyo, yung graph is continuous over its entire domain. So, ibig sabihin, from negative infinity to positive infinity. We have, what else? Yung range niya. Okay. Okay, the range is, tingnan natin yung curve. Curve natin, ito yung maximum point. Ito yung kanyang minimum point. So, itong point na to ay, this is 3 pi over 2 negative 1. Itong point na to is pi over 2, 1. So, ang range is from negative 1 to 1 only. Okay? So, ang range niya is inclusive. Ano? So, inclusive of that two values. We have negative 1, comma 1. What else? Yung period niya. Isang cycle niya is 2 pi before maulit-ulit yung kanyang position. For example, from here, papunta ron. So, period niya is 2 pi. Makita niyo, sir, naulit doon, ano? Ito yung location niya. Kasi kung i-consider natin to, before to maulit, yung dapat. From here up to this point, naulit siya 2 pi. Okay? So, kaya nito, from here up to this point, nag-occur ulit siya after 2 pi. Okay? Kaya ang period niya, 2 pi. Okay? What else? Yung x-intercepts niya. Yung x-intercepts niya, nasa form siya ng n pi. Sabihin, n is an integer. Ito mga intercept niya, let's say n equals, we have, if n equals 1, 1 times pi is pi. Ano intercept niya? If x is negative 1, negative pi. If x is 2, 2 pi intercept 1. If x is negative 2, negative 2 pi. Naroon din siya sa x-axis. Yun yung intercepts niya. And is an integer. What else? 5. The graph is symmetric with respect to the origin. Ibig sabihin, from here up to that point is symmetric, has the same distance from here up to this point. Okay? Yun ang ibig sabihin ng symmetric siya with respect to origin. Okay? And kung itong point na to, symmetric din siya doon with respect to the origin. So that is how to sketch the graph of a sine function. And here are the properties of a sine function. The domain is negative infinity to positive infinity. The range is -1 to 1. The period is 2 pi. X-intercept is in the form of n pi, where n is an integer. And the graph is symmetric with respect to the origin. Remember, this graph has the values of the angle from -2 pi to 2 pi. But pwede siya mag-continuous papunta ron sa kaliwa at papunta ron sa kanan. So that will be my first illustration on how to sketch the graph of a sine function. Thank you.